We're building them to make a difference, to protect our future and our children's future. We're building electric vehicles to save our planet.
Oh, so you're not building electric vehicles to save the planet? That's exactly what you just said. Save the planet up here. Like, this is the weirdest thing to say. I mean, we're not trying to, I mean, it's not a bad thing to save the planet, but don't make everything EV, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense. But the thing is, there's, let's go ahead and just keep watching this, because this is crazy.
To save it from all those lame, soulless...
This is exactly where I draw the line, right? When they say all those lame, soulless things that, oh my God, the other EVs are all soulless, and we are going to be like the best in the... You guys put a fake exhaust that does not sound as loud as a Hellcat. I remember when Tim Kaniskis said it would be as loud as a Hellcat, even though it's an EV. I was like, nah, that can't be true. And it was true. They're not as loud as a Hellcat. Take a real Hellcat, put it next to that thing, and put the other one, the Daytona, next to it. See which one is louder, and then you'll know. I mean, an EV can't sound as loud as a combustion engine. I'm sorry. You'd have to put like speakers to decibels super high. But you can't get that feeling. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no way. But there is one thing that's kind of funny about this whole situation, right? They're like, oh, you know, we're trying to take it away from all those soulless, boring cars. Like they're such bad things for us. It's like, what are you talking about? It makes no sense. You know, it's like when you got something like Dodge bringing out this EV, when Dodge was made for V8s, right? That was what their biggest thing was. And then all of a sudden you turn it into, we're trying to save the environment, but at the same time, we're not trying to save the environment. Does that make sense? Does it? Because I heard this is the title, Save the Planet, and then they say here,
planet.
To save
to
our planet.
Save our planet. We're building electric vehicles to save our planet.
You're saving our planet.
To save it from all those lame, soulless, weak-looking, self-driving sleep pods everyone else keeps polluting our streets with.
This, you know what this commercial reminds me of? It feels like some teenagers, right? They all got a group of teenagers. They said, hey, let's make a Dodge commercial, right? We're going to make it so like rock and roll and all this kind of stuff. We're just going to be like crazy, and we're just going to be thinking like, man, I hate all the EVs all over the place. I want them all gone. So then they spring out this and they say, this is very cool, right? You better think it's cool. You think it's cool? No, nobody thinks it's cool. It's lame. It's just, why would you bring this type of energy to an EV? Just leave it. If it's an EV, let it be quiet. Let it be what it is, because that's exactly what an EV is. It's not supposed to be loud. At least that's what I think. It ain't supposed to be loud. That's for sure. I mean, if it sounds loud, then it's just a fake. It makes no sense. So, me personally, this is just a big miss by them, and they're just gonna keep on getting more and more like just bad. This is like cringy. This is terrible.
That's why we're doing it.
This background, if you go back, it kind of reminds me of like when they had the Dodge Demon on Pennzoil. This kind of reminds me of that, except they put a really lame car onto it and just said, hey, this is the new future of Dodge, you know, Stellantis. We fired our CEO, but guess what? It doesn't matter. We still have the Dodge community. Well, you're going to lose that community very soon, because I've already moved on, because, well, I've had an accident, so obviously I would have kept my Challenger Scat Pack if I had not had that, but right now I moved on from Dodge because I'm not buying anything from them for a little bit. Like, I already got an F-150. I'm chilling. I'm not going back right now. Maybe if they bring something, Hellcat Charger, I find somewhere, a used one, but I'm not buying anything new. They're done. Like, there's nothing that they can sell. An inline 6 won't make me excited like a V8 does if you bring that ICE engine that Dodge is trying to push out. But I digress, because these people think that it's such a good idea. Let's do it. And you're thinking, is this a good idea? I mean, are they kind of a little bit lost in the head? Is there something wrong? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude, but I didn't even have the mic for it. I'm not trying to be rude, but there's a thing that you have to, you know, care for your customer. You got to be just like on the level of them and understand where they're coming from with everything they talk about. You can't just push them to the side and say, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we want the EVs, and then we just throw the V8 lovers out because there's no more V8 for Dodge. When Ford kept it, Chevy kept it, but Dodge said, no, we're gone. We're going to Tesla. We're becoming a EV brand. And then we got an inline six, or BMW. Some reason you just want to become BMW all of a sudden. Like, what? I mean, European cars are definitely inline sixes, so it makes sense because Stellantis is a European company and they're already ruining and sabotaging the brand of Dodge. But this is just sad. I don't like this at all. This is like where you kill a brand, and it's like how Jaguar lost their ideas and everything, and they completely threw it out the window. This is the same thing, literally. So crazy. Oh wait, no, watch it. Let me. It's not a muscle car, by the way. It's an EV. Don't call it a muscle car. A muscle car is not an all-wheel drive car. It is not a EV, that's for sure. And you cannot call that a muscle car. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let you do that. Nobody can call this thing a muscle car. If you come into traffic and I see you and you say it's a muscle car, I'm gonna laugh at you. That ain't no muscle car. It's an EV. A very glorified, sporty EV. That's what it is. It ain't no muscle car. You can't have a muscle car with an EV. You have to have a V8 to be a muscle car. Look at all the muscle cars that's been there. Chevy with the Camaro, V8. Ford with the Mustang, V8. I mean, muscle cars, yeah, they can be V6 too, but the majority is a big V8 that is on the front of that car and just using all that weight and power and rear wheel drive. That is a muscle car. It has no handling, which is why Ford and Chevy kind of went away from the muscle car, but Dodge kept it because they could not handle at all. I mean, they handled a little bit, I won't lie. Like, the wide bodies help, but they ain't handle like those other ones. That's for sure. But this is exactly what Dodge is doing. It makes no sense, though. You know, it's like, what? But, you know, let them keep doing it. Yeah, Dodge. Oh, my God. We're such a great brand we made. I mean, here, let's go ahead and look at an old video, okay? We've already...
As a promise.
Look at this. It's so like...
Dodge vowed to stay as passionate about making their cars as people were about driving them.
Yeah.
That promise lives
Dodge
on
right there.
with
That's
power
Dodge
brokers. A new breed of Dodge dealers who are experts in sales, service, and best of all, performance. And the only dealers with access to direct connection, exclusive parts powered by SRT and backed by Dodge. So if you want to shave off a tenth or more than a tenth, if you've tasted power and crave more power, or if you want to go deep and talk torque curves and suspension tuning, your power broker has your back. Connect with a power broker and take your passion for power and performance to the next level at Dodge.com.
Look at these commercials. Look at these commercials. Please tell me, does this look better than that? At least it's not a complete like commercial for one car. That one's a commercial for one car. But this gives you that feeling of, oh, it's a muscle car. It's so exciting. We're so like energetic with our company and everything. And then you go look at that other one and you're like, this is boring. There ain't nothing interesting about this. I mean, Dodge is known for burnout.